All right, guys, here we are. Here we are at Middle Harbor Shoreline Park. Middle Harbor Shoreline Park. And this is an aerial from a very large ship. This came right off of a large, one of the cargo ships, I believe, or a military ship. And that you can see is about 40, 50 feet tall. And has the flags flying. But this is Middle Harbor Shoreline Park, owned by the Port of Oakland. Handled by the Port of Oakland. And we are checking it out today. Here is a little sign. So here's the map of the park. You would never know that this park is in West Oakland. It's in West Oakland, and it actually has been here for quite a few years. And this is the map, and we're standing down to the right. Where we are on the map is down to the right. And you can see that oval down to the right. It's kind of a green circle, like an iris oval or egg shape. And that is an interesting feature I'm going to talk about in just a minute. But again, Shoreline Park is handled by the Port of Oakland, and it's a mitigation for the ports and all the shipping that we do here in Oakland. And it's a pretty cool park, even though it's in the middle of the port. You take 7th Street and you go past the post office, and you'll see that you get run into a whole bunch of boats. Trucks, and those trucks are coming into the port, and you gotta drive past all that to find this park at the end. So 7th Street goes all the way down and starts to curve around, and you start looking for the park. But you can Google it, find Middle Harbor Shoreline Park, and it's a nice little gym here in West Oakland. And I'm showing you the skyline in the background of San Francisco. So this park is one great feature about this park is that you can actually see the shoreline of San Francisco, or just straight across the bay to San Francisco. These white things just hitting here in a row are called ballards. And these ballards you can find on boats. They used to use them for wrapping the ship anchors, or any kind of moorings would be tied to the ballards on the boat deck. So there's a whole bunch of them here in the park. I'm just showing you. So I'll just walk over here just a little bit. Got some birds right here. Are familiar, most of you guys are familiar with. This is the Canadian goose, right? Canadian goose. And those guys are eating grass, handling their business. You see them. There's another one there. But I want to show you this little area. Here we are about the mast. All right. Let's see if I can get that. Front view is salvaged from the USS Oakland. So that ship mast was a military ship, anti-aircraft cruiser. Yes. There's a bunch of more information. Oakland Naval Supply Depot, that'll come into play here in a minute. There it is. There's that big thing right there. See, it's got a radar apparatus. Right? That was on this ship, USS Oakland. Very fitting. All right, back in the 70s. All right, so this park has lots of human history, and you can kind of see in front of us there's these poles. And remember that egg shape I showed you? You can see the cranes in the background. That egg shape I showed you was is outlined with these shape. These poles kind of outline the shape, and also that zigzag wall, that little short wall there, is also part of it. Now, move over. Over here just to show you. There's a guy there eating. He's walking towards me. He thinks I'm going to feed him, but not going to happen. Can't gotta make do with the grass, my man. And we've got some other little guys here running around this park. It's been here for about 20 years. If you're in West Oakland, you don't know about this park, you should. It's a pretty amazing place. But you can see the zigzag pattern of the wall. It goes around here, and you can follow it down there. It goes way down. Goes to another little sculpture there. But that, along with a bunch of other features, like this little road here, this road right here. Oh, there goes the ground squirrels, and it curves around, and you can see that this is a big oval shape marked by different things, and you can come and check it out. It's pretty cool to find out all the little things that they mark the size of this oval shape, which was a supply depot. That supplied the Navy during the 60s and 70s, all the way up until the 80s and 90s. It was owned by the Navy. The Navy would supply their ships during battle and even during peacetime. And it was the largest known building, or widest based building. It was 4 acres wide. 4 acres, if you can imagine that. That's how wide the building was. At one point, it was the widest building in the United States, and it serviced the Navy. The Navy had their own little, here we go. We got a cool bird here, right by the, there he is. Let's see if I can get him in the scope. This little bird is really important here. Very well known here. Let's see, where's my, there we go. See if he's still there. Let's back out a little bit. He's right there. This is called, hold it steady, wind's blowing. Keep up with him. There he is. Too fast for me. Sorry, guys. This bird is almost next to impossible. This is a white-crowned sparrow. White-crowned sparrow. You can just see the black and white on the head. These guys are here most of the year. They come in and they're here most of the winter, during the summer, and in the spring they head back. They're here most of the winter, and then they head back north. Most of them, some stay year round. Some stay for the whole year. They'll stay here. They're non-breeding, and you won't see that many of them. But white-crowned sparrow, and let's see if I can get this guy to find it here, way out there. That little dot there in front of the area is ground squirrel. We'll see more of those too as we go along. Aha, we got another one. Again, it looks like white-crowned sparrow. Moving along. along. These guys eat fruit, insects, and seeds. So they're omnivorous. Omnivorous. Eat both plants and animals. The ground squirrel way out there. And one of the cool things about this park is that they don't allow for you to have dogs here. They don't allow any dogs except if it's a service animal. If it's a service animal and you can prove that, then you can have the dog here, but on a leash at all times. And that is a major factor in terms of how the wildlife here exists. I'm gonna need to shut this off for a second because we have to check out. I have to get my earplugs. So if you guys can hang on just a minute, I'm gonna be right back.